Morning guys, thanks for clicking on the video, and it's an exciting day. Today I reveal what I have bought to replace the Aprilia SR GT, which I sold a couple of weeks ago. That was my 125 and a lovely bike it was. I'd had 4 years with it, it was great. But I sold it for a couple of reasons. Mainly because I'm getting towards the age when at some point I will get a free bus pass from the council in Scotland, where I'm allowed to travel for free on buses all over Scotland, which is great. That might reduce my use of the bike a lot. And also, I'm getting to an age also where I'm starting to get aches and pains. I'm getting a bit of arthritis in my hips, in my knees, and throwing my leg over that bike every day sometimes is becoming a bit painful. And I really just decided that it was time that my CBT was coming up as well, the compulsory basic training day. I didn't really want to do that again. It's a complete rip-off. I know they're talking of changing the motorcycling laws in the UK, but you know, my experience is every time they change the motorcycling laws, it doesn't make anything easier or cheaper. So I'm not going to hang around for that to happen. So it was time to say goodbye to the 125 after 4 brilliant years, and it was sold and is off to a new home where it is being, much enjoyed. So what to replace it with? Now, I could have just taken the bus to work. My commute is not far, but I'm not quite at death's door yet, so I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I looked at an e-bike because they're very popular at the moment, but frankly, they're quite expensive, and also again, you have to. Although the motor obviously helps you, you have to cycle. My commute is a gradual uphill slope all the way to work, and I don't think that's going to do my hip or knees a lot of good, frankly. So e-bike, I just ruled out. I thought, nah, I'm not ready for that yet. I also looked at an electric scooter, and there were 2 or 3 electric scooters I looked at. But I am a bit of a cynic when it comes to electric vehicles. I'm just not entirely sure that I want to get involved in them. I know it's good for the environment and everything, but I just have this feeling that we're going to spend billions on infrastructure in this country, and then something better is going to come along just as we finish it. And also, there's no charging, there's no electrical outlet down where I store my bike, so I'd have to take the battery out, lug it up 3 flights of stairs, charge it back down again, every 2 or 3 days whenever it needed charge. So I also was concerned about the resale value. I don't know how well electric bikes are going to resell, should I need to, because the technology is changing so rapidly at the moment. So that was out. So in the end, I decided to go for a scooter. I've had 12 of them in the past. I love my scooters, and I just thought, nah, I want another scooter. But I also don't want a 125 because I don't want to do the CBT. Now, I am fortunate because I passed my driving test in the early 1980s. Never drove a car, never owned a car, hate cars. Anyway, that's another matter. But I passed my driving test. It was one of those things you got for your 21st birthday back in those days. You got driving lessons. And I did it and I passed. Hated the whole thing. But the benefit of passing in those days was, of course, that in that time, up until I think it was 97, they gave you free moped entitlement when you passed your driving test. So I have a full license to ride a 50cc moped, no problem at all. No CBTs, no L plates, no restrictions at all. Now, I've used that in the past. I've had 50cc bikes in the past, which you'll have seen if you watch my recent nostalgic swing through the various bikes I've owned. And I thought, nah, I'm going to go for a 50cc again, because to me, it's a great town bike. I don't need to go fast. I like Edinburgh, like most cities in Britain these days, is all going 20 miles an hour. Now, that's not to say that everyone, respects the 20 miles an hour, but that is the speed limit on most inner city roads nowadays. So, if it goes at 30 miles an hour, then that's great, and I can cope with that. And my commute is not a long one. It's only a couple of miles up the road. Shops and things are local. If I go to the shops, doctor's appointments, off to the cinema, or anything like that. It's all local, so the little bike does me fine. So I'm going to take you down now, and I'm going to show you what I've got and explain why I chose this one and any future plans, that sort of thing. So thanks for watching. Let's go down and see what's arrived this morning. So here we go. Just arrived literally 5 minutes ago. This is the SYM Jet 1450cc. I'll explain to you later why I bought this and what I like about it. They put an L plate on the front, which I've removed. There's one on the back as well. I'll take that off. Obviously I don't need L plates because I've got a full license for this. But yeah, give you a wee look. 3 miles on the clock. So I'm going to do some measuring up for some accessories, get the locks and things under the seat, and then we're going to sort out insurance and tax, and then we'll be good to go. I think that's a really smart looking 50cc bike. I really like that. It's nicer than I was imagining it. Happy with that. Just give you a wee look under the seat. Petrol tank is under the seat on this one. It's got this interesting thing here. This locks and unlocks the engine, so you can lock the engine so it's not easy to start if anyone tries to steal it. When the seat goes down, probably use that. And under the seat, plenty of room for all my security, cloth to wipe the bike down, and my 3 methods of locking it up. Plenty of room. Excellent. All looking good so far. So there we have it. My new scooter, or I should say moped if I'm using the term correctly. So why did I pick the SYM Jet 14 50cc? Well, 2 reasons. First of all, I had a SYM in the past. I had a SYM Orbit 2 50cc for a while. It's on my scooter memory video if you want to watch that. Had that for a year. It was a great bike and never caused me any problems at all. So that really encouraged me to think of SYM as a very serious manufacturer that produced good quality bikes. So I had no problem buying a SYM again. The price was good. It was just under £2,000 for the bike, plus a couple £100 on the road costs. That was really good. But the main thing that decided it for me was a lot of 50cc's, and I've had some of them, are very small bikes. The Honda Zoomer, and I loved my Honda Zoomer, but that was a small bike. The first bike I ever had, the Badger Spirit, was a small bike. A lot of 50cc's are very small, and what I liked about the SYM was you can see in the video, it's a substantial bike. It's got a bit of road presence, and I think that's quite important from a safety point of view. And I mean, I'm not a small guy. I'm 6'2", I'm 16 stone. I'm not going to want to be cramped on a small bike, so I wanted something with a bit of road presence, and I think the SYM has that. So the next thing, of course, is to take it for a test run. I will do that live as it happens using my helmet camera, so you'll get my first impressions, never having ridden it before. I always think that's quite fun to do, so there's no, you can't ride it a few miles and sort of generate your impressions. You get it exactly as it is. You'll get what I think of it, how it feels, how it rides, whatever. I will do that soon. I spent about 2 hours trying to sort out insurance, which has been a bloody nightmare. Not because I can't get insurance, but simply because having to do it all through websites and chatbots and things is a nightmare. I eventually went with Hastings Direct, who came up with the best price, although their website would not let me pay for it for some reason. It just kept scrolling back to the same page. I eventually had to phone them up, got a very helpful lady, talked me through the whole thing, and we got it sorted out. So much for, I'm all for face-to-face communication. Another company on the comparison sites, I went to them. Their website didn't accept the registration number, probably because it was only registered today. Phoned them up, spoke to them, went through all that, and suddenly when they came to the price, it wasn't the price on the comparison website, it was about £40 or £50 dearer, which I was quite annoyed about, just wasting my time. Anyway, insurance is finally, after a good hour and a half, 2 hours of carry on, is sorted. It's obviously taxed. We are ready to go. It's ready to go. I've taken the L plates off. I'm going to buy a few things for it fairly soon. I'm going to buy a cover for the rear shock, because the shock covers I had on the Aprilia did a fantastic job. I'm probably going to buy a rear rack for it, because I actually found a top box that I forgot I even had up in the loft yesterday when I was up raking about for something, and I've got a top box up there, so that's great. I can use that, so I'll probably buy a rear rack for it and just add a top box. It's quite handy. And maybe some wheel trims or something like that, bits and pieces you can play around with. grip puppies, I might add as well, because I had the foam grip puppies on the Aprilia, and because I've got quite big hands, I found them made it a lot more comfortable using the bike. So I'll probably get some of them and put them on the SYM too. Anyway, next thing, first test run. That's coming up soon, so stay tuned. Thanks as always, guys. All the best.